See everybody. Just thinking about this earlier. Just first of all, I just want to say I appreciate y'all and just appreciate y'all what y'all do for our program, for Pirate Nation, for our school, our university, and you know, not everywhere is like that. The relationship that our staff has, our coaches have with you guys, and just appreciate your coverage and appreciate your friendship and the community that we live in. So thank y'all for that. And everybody looks younger and better looking this year, and even Malcolm, right? So, but that's it. Yeah, trying. I know it's a long season, so you got to start off on the right foot at least. Yeah. Scrimmage is good. I thought you find out a lot when you go out and you go live situations. Sometimes in practice when you're sitting there, you can say you're kind of holding each other's hand and you're kind of saying, if somebody gets lined up wrong or is controlled, right? Practice is in a controlled environment. You put them in a game situation, scrimmage situation, and you kind of find out, hey, where we need to go back to work, where we need to improve, and then you also find out about some guys that flash a little bit, and hey, we can count on this guy for game day, or we got to go back and work this situation. So it was a good day just to kind of go evaluate ourselves, see where we're at, and see what we need to work on, and see how much we need to improve going forward and get ready for September 3rd. Yeah, it's just talking to the guys about that last night. We're going to cram our whole playbook, our whole package in fall camp. So right now they got a lot on them, and we had some missed assignments on Saturday, and some of that is because of the load they have on them. And then each week we'll refine what we're taking in each game plan. So we may install something in preseason camp here that we don't use the week 5, week 6, week 7, but it's going to be important, and we tell our guys how important that is. It could help us go win a ball game in overtime against Memphis and some things like that. So we'll keep working it and keep installing things and keep having a few tweaks here and there and adding to it. And you're always adjusting. You're always being innovative and trying to stay on top of the game. The minute you don't, the minute you say, okay, we're good with what we have, somebody can take advantage of you. Offenses are too good just to sit there and do what you do. So we always got to be changing, evolving, and moving forward with our defense.
This year you kind of have some new leaders on defense with Bruce Bivens leaving, and the guy who was, kind of your captain, your quarterback. How's that transfer of leadership and communication going?
Yeah, we've had some guys leave and miss Bruce and those guys that left us, Warren Saba. We had some really good players that left, and J Mac. But the guys that are here, they've been playing. I mean, ever since I've been here, Xavier Smith has been a starter for us. Miles Berry, Jeremy Lewis, Tegan Wilt, Jairo Wilson. I'm not giving you any new names that you don't already know about. So those are the guys that have been in the system. They've been with us. I just read a quote by Coach Houston talking about changing the culture, and those guys really have. And they're core values, and the same thing defensively. What he talks about our program is happening towards defensively, and just really proud of those guys. And those guys will tell you, like, it's no longer – the expectations have changed. The goal, the standards have changed, and they're wanting to take it to the next step. It's not just coaches pushing them, but it's coming from internally, and that's really special.
Kind of in that same vein, do you feel some of those veterans on defense getting more comfortable?
Certainly. We install right now. Some of the install is we're letting our guys install, the older guys. They're going in installing certain coverages, certain pressures, certain fronts, and telling the rest of the room, like, hey, here's the coaching points here. And when you can get up in front of your peers, in front of a room, and teach it, that's understanding. That's true knowledge of the system and of the defense. Yeah, Chance has been awesome. Obviously I had the opportunity to work with him before, and he was a special player at Kennesaw and did a lot of good things there. And he's came in, and he's an older kid. Something to be said for older guys. And Chance is playing like an older guy right now. He's a fifth year. Priya Washington's another guy in that same boat. They're both fifth years, and it's nice to be adding older guys to an already older defense that can come in, they're ready to play. They don't need a couple ball games under their belt to get into it. They already know what it's about, and they've had a lot of snaps on the game, so that's a good feeling.
Did you see any guys on defense come up big during that inside room?
The guy that stood out today that kind of I was really proud of was Devin King. He was the free hitter one time, come up and made a big play. It's probably a name we don't talk much about, but just come up and show, like, hey. And every time a guy does that, like Josiah Robinson was one on Saturday that had a big day, JR. And every time a young guy does something like that, you're just like, okay, now here's a guy, another guy we can depend on game day. Here's another guy we can count on to make a play on special teams. Maybe we want to put him on third down and go pass rush. So, those are guys just adding to what we've already built and the older guys. So just really proud of those younger guys coming along like Devin and like JR.
How much have you seen Stringer grow over the last few seasons?
Gerard's awesome. Gerard just he plays with a motor. Sometimes off the field you meet him and he's just a nice guy, smiling, but on the field he's kind of a different guy, and just really like who he is on the field, flying around. He makes it so versatile out there. Just really proud of the tough guy he's became, and that's he's molded himself into that. He's had to work for that, and he gives us a little different edge out there.
That safety group now is at full strength with Stringer back and Wilson, you got Team Hill. That's going to be a bright spot for you.
Oh yeah, you've got two deep at the Sam, the field safety, the boundary safety that you feel good about. Sean Dorsole, Julius Wood at field safety there, and both of them really talented. Julius can cover some ground. Really excited about him. Jairo Wilson's kind of a swing guy that could play the boundary safety over the Sam, and he's played a lot of football for us and done a lot of good things. Tegan Wilk is as good as anybody I've ever been around about getting the football out and stripping the ball. We talked about Gerard there at Sam, and Demetrius Mooney's another guy that is one of those guys that has proven in camp, hey, we can trust him, we can put him on the grass, and he can make some plays for us. And he's really playing hard, and just really proud of him. He was actually we gave a little Predator of the Day from our scrimmage on Saturday, and it was Demetrius Mooney, just because he's flying around, he's topping off piles, he's knocking guys back, and just really proud. He's playing the game like we want to play.
Y'all have a ton of defensive linemen, and obviously a lot of them have played. You got young guys emerging. Y'all have Mims, the older Mims. How do y'all kind of decide, like, what's the differentiating factor? Who makes the game day rotation?
Yeah, I think here's the big thing is competition makes us all better. I mean, whether we're competing with each other in the professionalism or professional life, or we're competing each other on the field or in the classroom, it's going to make you better. And that's what we've done, whether it's at the edge spot or inside, is we got 6, 7 guys inside who all played, and now they're just pushing each other better. So if you want to take a day off, if you want to have, hey, I'm going to sit back, take it easy today, well, somebody else is going to step up. Sue Radware is going to step up. J.D. Lampley, a freshman, is going to step up. So hey, if you think you're that guy, all of a sudden, now you got to work your tail off just to keep where you're at. It's the same thing at the edge spot with Chad and Manny pushing each other out there. Now JR, Jeremy Lewis and Jack are battling it out in the boundary there at the outside backer. So we got some good competition. And then, it always, we talked about this last year, I think, is just keeping guys fresh so we can win ball games in the fourth quarter. And you think about the games we won last year, how many of those games were close going in the fourth quarter. And because we were fresh up front, because we played a lot of guys, we were able to pull it out at the end of the game. So that's a big key to our success, and it will continue to be. All good?
Yes, Coach.